Its infectivity, its mortality, its morbidity was very high. It was quite scary. We also had, apprehensions of massive human loss, but that did not happen. The attendant of the patient hands over the patient to the system from the outside gate, and the attendant doesn't have to come in at all.
On March 17, 2020, SKIMS saw its very first case of COVID-19. With that began the fight of the premier healthcare institute of the Valley against the coronavirus pandemic.
People were scared, management was scared, everything, all the establishments were scared. I motivated my workforce. I said, we are the ones who are destined to treat them. God has given us this extra responsibility, and this is our testing time.
Until now, the pandemic has taken more than 1,500 lives in Kashmir Valley with 5,000 plus active cases. Despite the immense pressure on the system, Dr. Enger, the man leading the institution, and SKIMS army of staff went on a mission to defeat COVID. Till date, the institute has conducted 286,000 COVID tests.
Ours was the first laboratory in the entire Union Territory of J&K. In fact, the entire North India, other than PGI, that started the testing of these patients. I constituted the advisory committee, I constituted a core committee, which we kept on meeting every day, and we kept on analyzing things and parameters and data on day-to-day basis.
Established in 1982, SKIMS has been catering to the healthcare needs of almost the entire Kashmir, with approximately 57,000 inpatient admissions. So with the latest crisis, the biggest challenge was to keep the non-COVID management intact.
Ours is the only institution which in the entire Union Territory of J&K did not stop OPD services. We did not stop non-COVID management. In addition to running the OPD services and non-COVID management as well, we extended the facilities for our people who could get the benefit of our doctors' advices or their consultations through virtual clinics. And that mode continues even today.
As of now, around 1,778 patients have been treated in SKIMS. The data also reveals a reduction in the mortality rate to 1.5%.
We did far better than expected. Otherwise, we also had apprehensions of massive human loss, but that did not happen.
Enger claims that the supply chain of the hospital healthcare remained undeterred, and the advanced technology made the institute stand out from its counterparts.
For the treatment of these patients, we are using, in fact, we have even ECMO with us, which no other institution does have in the Union Territory of J&K. We have that facility also for advanced life support if at all we have to give it. Besides ventilation, we call that as extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, which is the last resort.
The director also believes that the hospital is at par with many national institutions and is reputed as the best in the valley.
You have Sherika Mishra Medical Sciences there. You don't need to come here. So that in itself is a great, tribute to this institution.
In his directorship, Enger completed various projects like PET scan, advanced cath lab, and state cancer institution.
I am trying to have one comprehensive program on organ transplant center, and similarly a creation of super specialty complex where we have all these facilities. We would like to have a research block, separate research block, where we'll have experimental medicine, which is the order of the day in the rest of the world.
One of the many dream projects that Enger wants to turn into a reality is the cashless care in the SKIMS hospital.
My another dream project has been the cashless care that I just referred to, where person doesn't have to spend at all anything, will be taken care of, and I would give that smart care that the attendant of the patient hands over the patient to the system from the outside gate, and the attendant doesn't have to come in at all, and he or she is updated through the net, the internet services.
Keen to make use of the scenic beauty of Kashmir for treating patients, Enger wants to introduce the idea of medical tourism to the valley.
We have Anchar Lake on the banks of which this institution is there. So I have projected a program where we could use this water body for meditourism purposes, where a patient after surgery, after intervention, after treatment would be convalescing there, and at the same time becoming a part of the meditourism.
However, his pursuit is to change the future of healthcare in Kashmir.
Existing medicine and existing the earlier protocols are not going to be having any such promise in the future. The future will have to be entirely a different research based experimental medicine. My vision for next 100 years is to create all these new advanced centers which will be state of art care centers in different fields, in different specialties.
From its image of a hospital of last resort, Dr. Enger has a vision to turn it into a hospital of a choice.